Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Drew again. I just want to make a video on an episode of Taboo that I saw last night on Nat Geo because it was really just terrible. It just wasn't accurate in regarding the trans topics, and it was from a very like sexist view. It was bad, and I want to rant about it because it really pissed me off when I watched it. Um, okay, first of all, the title of the episode was sexuality. So I tune in thinking it's going to be about people of, you know, differing sexual identities, around the world. Oh, this would be cool. But no, it's all about gender identity throughout the world. And it made me mad because like gender identity and sexuality aren't aren't like they aren't the same thing, and you can't have an episode called sexuality and have it be about gender identity because you can't do that. Like this is gender identity and this is sexuality. They're not together. They're not this. No, they're separate. They're not the same thing. And you can't just it's inaccurate. Makes me mad. But okay, that's just the first thing they did that made me mad. But they had three separate people they followed. They had a trans woman who was getting bottom surgery in Thailand. She's American, but she was getting surgery in Thailand. And they were following that, which I'll get to that later. But it makes me mad they were following her at any rate, like stupid. And then they followed the Hydra of India, and they followed. They're called sworn virgins. They're similar to FTMs, kind of in the same boat. I don't really know if you could call them that, but they're similar, you know, to trans men in I think it was rural Albania. So that's who they followed. And obviously, I don't really know a whole lot about Hydra or about the Sworn Virgins, so I can't really talk about them too much because I don't really know my shit when it comes to them. But the trans woman who they followed, like, they did such a bad job. I was just really, really mad. First of all, I don't think it shouldn't be taboo to have bottom surgery. Like, that's it's like the problem that trans people face every day is shows like Taboo following a perfectly normal American trans woman getting a really common surgery. Like it's not weird at all. It's not it shouldn't be taboo. It like no, it's not okay. You can't call it taboo because that's only alienating people from that. And it's just not okay. Made me really mad. I saw another episode of Taboo, not this one, but it's a separate topic. But they followed a Thai woman who was getting facial feminization surgery, and they marketed it as like some really like crazy invasive surgery that like nobody gets because it's they're shaving off parts of their face, blah blah blah. But like that's just not accurate. Like it's a really common surgery for trans women, and you're making it sound like something that's really crazy. And I get that it's like a commercial TV show, and they're just trying to like get ads and up ratings, but it's bullshit. Like it's just stuff like that that just puts trans people back and makes us look like freaks to people who just watch Nat Geo. Because if you just watch Nat Geo, you'd think that being trans was really exotic and weird and taboo, and it's really not. Like it just I hate this whole idea of that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And that's why I firmly believe that trans visibility is a good thing. Um, I know a lot of trans people don't agree with me, and it's totally fine to like think that trans visibility is not a big issue, but I think it is, and I think it would really help the trans community if we were visible. But that's kind of beside the point. Um, okay, like I think I was so angry about the episode Taboo with the trans woman because they use female pronouns and all that, but you could tell it was from a very like cis point of view. Like, you could tell they still saw her, like, as a man, which was just, that's not okay. Like, that's not educational. You can't do that. Like, for one thing, they talked all about her childhood and, like, growing up as a man, obviously, and how she'd had, like, a failed marriage, and, like, that's not really relevant in my point of view. Like, she's a woman now, or she's living as a woman now. She's not always a woman, but, you know, living as a woman now. And I just got this feeling that they just saw her as a man. Like, they actually said, like, as one of the, like, little commercial things, like, she'll go into the operating room a man and come out a woman. And that's just wrong. Like, what you have between your legs does not make you a man or a woman. Like, if she has a penis, like, she's still a woman. You know? Like, just cutting it off and making a vagina does not make her a woman. Like, and that's just really the kind of viewpoint the show took. And it's just wrong. I'm so mad about it. Like, I think it's just, like, polluting the minds of viewers who don't know any better. Like, I don't know. The part that makes me the angriest is, like I said, they saw her as a man, which is just wrong. And it wasn't weird that, like, a trans woman was getting bottom surgery. They kind of, like, made it sound like a guy was cutting off his dick, which isn't what's happening at all. Like, that's just not it. But they never actually said that, because they can't really, or they'd probably get sued by an advocacy group. But that's like the view I got, you know? And they made her look like a freak, and it's not okay. That's just not alright. I mean, because it's like trans people, and especially trans women, just go through so much shit. Like, I would think that, like, an educational channel would, like, try and promote understanding and not have her seen as, like, a freak, because she's not. She's not at all. And I don't know. This is a rant, and it's rambling, but I just wanted to talk about this because it makes me really mad. If anyone has seen this this episode, let me know. And if you thought it was really inappropriate, let me know, because I thought it was. But anyway, this has been 8 minutes already. Holy shit. Okay. Anyway, I did enjoy this rant. It was fun. I guess I'll probably make another video in the next day or two. So once again, it's winter break. I have so much time on my hands. That's why I'm watching Taboo at 3 o'clock in the morning anyway. So, alright guys, see you later.